writing off everything. Yes, write off the expenses that actually happen, that need to happen. But the main thing is planning ahead. If you're looking to buy a home within 3 years, let me know. We need to start strategizing for that now.
Tap in Money Talk Mondays. Let's go. Money, 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 money. I got one of the money makers, money managers, all of the above on the podcast with me today. Y'all, this is going to be a very, very, very special episode. I got one of the top tax pros with me today. They're going to teach you a thing or two about taxes, right? We're going to talk about income taxes and how you get them, what to do to get a bigger one, and mostly how to manage once you get that big refund check, y'all. I got Gena James with me with GenWealth, one of the most brightest individuals that I know on my Facebook feed. It's just always a pleasure just seeing her post, what she stands for, and everything that she do. So without further ado, guys, I want to introduce y'all to Gena James. How you feeling today, Queen?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
Man, it's my pleasure to have you. I thank you for joining the Money Talk Mondays podcast. As y'all know, I'm D Saw. I'm the host of the Money Talk Mondays podcast. I'm a realtor. I can help people in all 50 states. And one of the things that I'm most passionate about, y'all, is doing podcasts like this to teach you guys financial literacy, right? I want you guys to know about your money, right? So you can save, build your credit. And guess what? You can call me and we can go buy homes. Now today, in 2024, this is a very big pivotal year. A lot of things are changing. The world is changing right now. So it's very important for us to be on top of our finances and on top of our goals, right? And we're right around the corner from tax season. A lot of people are excited and very enthused about tax season. So we're going to talk about that a lot today and what you can do and some strategies that you guys can pick up. But before we begin, Jenna, give my audience a little bit about you. Tell us about you, where you're from, and what you like, and what you all about.
Okay, guys. So I'm Gena James. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of a 3-year-old, but I am a tax professional. I'm from New Orleans. We're currently in North Carolina because my husband is military. But I've been doing this for a few years. Got into this because I saw that there was an opportunity for education. Most of the time you hear about people tax being prepared, but a lot of people say, I don't know much about taxes. So I got into it because I wanted to be able to not only prepare taxes, but also educate the consumer on what's going on and then how they can create strategies so that they can be in a better financial situation. So that's a little bit about me, guys.
Yeah. Now I've heard a couple of my clients use you for your services, and essentially that's what they tell you, how you're people first, you're super organized, you know the right things to do on that tax thing, and they love coming to you. So I appreciate you for taking care of my people. And we're
No
going to make
problem.
this episode very quick, guys. I just want to make some of these complex money terms, some of these things that y'all may not really know about. I want to break them down for y'all so y'all can know what's actually going on when you file your taxes, okay? We're going to talk a little bit about income taxes, how they come about, what goes into it, and how that number is made up. And we're going to talk about exemptions. We're going to talk about how many exemptions should you take off to make sure you break even at the end of the tax year. And for you self-employed borrowers, right? I run into nurses, I run into entrepreneurs all the time that wants to buy a home, got the money, but their tax situation is crazy because they wrote off too much. We're going to talk about that. And then we're going to give you guys a couple of quick things that you can do with your refund check so you can have a prosperous 2024. Now, before we begin, guys, this video was sponsored by Credit Repair Hacks. Credit Repair Hacks is one of the world's first AI digital credit repair softwares. You're able to repair your credit directly from your phone. I'm not kidding, guys. You literally take your phone, select the accounts that's negative. The system is going to read and detect what dispute reason to use for this particular account. It's going to write your dispute letter for you. And with the click of a button, you can send it to all three bureaus. This video is sponsored by Credit Repair Hacks. You can get all of that for $29 a month when you use my link.
That's
So let's,
amazing.
you
That's
like that?
amazing. Yes.
Man, when I got that partnership with Credit Repair Hacks, it saved my life, honestly, because I was doing two businesses at once. I had a credit repair company and I had my real estate business. And while it was very lucrative, it stressed me out a lot. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? And I didn't want to quit because I love that giving back to the people, helping with their credit.
Mhm.
And I was good at it. And I still talk about it sometimes now. I still teach it. I have a book I mentioned at the end of this episode, but it's my passion. So when I stumbled up on this partnership with Credit Repair Hacks, it was a blessing in disguise because now I
Mhm.
have a company that's super affordable, $29 a month, and it's getting the same job done. And guess what? All of those people that want to buy homes and need their credit repair, I send them over there 6 months later. They come right back and we buying homes, and I love it.
Yeah,
And that's what I hope you can help me with. You can help maximize some of my clients' refund checks,
definitely.
and they're gonna get their credit repaired. And guess what? They're gonna call me and they're gonna buy homes. And
Yes.
and let's hop right on in about income taxes. So it's a lot. I guess people don't really know what an income tax is. They really don't know what a refund is, how that number came about. They just think they getting money back at the end of the year, right? I know I used to be one of those, so I'm not judging anyone out there, y'all. I used to think, hey, it's the beginning of the year. This is the time where people get this fat check, and I'm happy for it and I'm excited for it. But it's a couple of things that we should know about the refund and income taxes. Can you fill us in a little bit, Jenna?
Yes. So I want to start with saying it's not free money. So I hear a lot of people saying it's free money. No, it's your money. So an income tax refund is the amount that the government owes the taxpayer for overpayment of their income tax. So basically, what happened is if you're an employee, you work throughout the year and you see your tax withheld. So they withhold a certain amount. Let's say you're self-employed and you pay your estimated taxes, you pay that amount. Well, at the end of the year, you file an income tax. Well, the following year, you file an income tax return. That amount that's owed is the overpayment. So it's always your money. It's not free money. It's just the amount that you overpaid. But something that we don't talk about enough is the goal is not to get the refund. The goal is actually to break even. So
Yeah.
not I don't owe the government don't owe me, and I get my money throughout the year because I don't know about you, but I would prefer to keep my money throughout the year instead of that lump sum. So that is what an income tax refund is.
Exactly, y'all. So look, like, I mean, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade and make you not feel excited about tax season again. That's not the aim. I just want you guys to realize that a tax refund is simply them paying you back the money that you've already earned, right? You work throughout the year and they take taxes out. And based on how much money that you make in a year, you fall within a certain tax bracket. And within that certain tax bracket, the government is only allowed to take a max amount of money from you, right? And at the end of the year, if they took out too much from that max amount, they have to pay you back. So in
Mhm.
a sense, they're paying you back from the money that you already earned. So it's not really free money, but there are ways like child tax credits and certain things that tax preparers like Jenna do that could beef up your refund a little bit. Can we talk a little bit about that? Like, can you tell me about any important child tax credit laws changes, any important tax changes that will affect people's refund this year?
Right. So they do have a new child tax credit that they're fighting over right now. Nothing has been passed yet, but they're looking to increase the child tax credit from 2,000 to 3,600 per child. So they're working on that right now. But what the child tax credit do, it lowers your taxable liability, as well as the earned income tax credit. So those things are very crucial to helping you get those refunds back or getting you refunded for your overpayment.
Yes, indeed. So, guys, she's a pro, so she's gonna talk that big lingo to y'all. So I'm gonna break it down to y'all all the time. So essentially, when you get a child tax credit or earned income tax credit, anything like that, what they're doing is, like I said in the beginning, you have a certain amount that they can take from you, right? Once you have those credits, that lowers that amount, right? So in turns, it increases the amount that they owe you back, right? So let's just say for easy math, right, you made $20,000 this year, and based on that tax bracket, you get a refund of $2,000,
Mhm.
right? Now you get a child tax credit 5,000, so it's going to reduce that 20,000 to 15,000. Now you fall within that $15,000 tax bracket. Now you will get a refund based on that number. So those credits reduce the amount that they can tax you throughout
Yes.
the year. Got it. Got it. That makes sense. That makes sense. So with that being said, right, if the goal is to break even by the end of the year, what are some things, or how should we do our exemptions? Do you have any advice towards that?
Yes. So what a lot of people don't know is they can go to the IRS website and they can see the withholding tool and they can put in their individual situation. So whether they're one person, they provide for the household, so they end up being head of household more than 50%. If they have 3 kids, things of that sort, and they'll actually tell you exactly what to put on that W-4 so that you know exactly what your withholding is. As well as you can always book a free consult with me so that I can help you with your individual situation. But those are the 2 ways that I always recommend. If you want to do it yourself, that's fine. Go to the IRS website. You can type in withholding calculator at the top, and the questionnaire will come up just to tell you about your individual circumstances. Or you could book a consult with me, and I can help you with that.
Yes, indeed. So, guys, to avoid waiting, I guess, until the beginning of the following year to get more money, let's normalize, or I suggest normalizing, making sure you get the right amount of money throughout the year. So you can take advantage of the free calculator on the IRS website, or you can simply pick up that phone, call Gena, and she'll let you know exactly how many exemptions that you put on your W-4. So when you get that new job and you're filling out that new hire paperwork and they're asking you how many exemptions to claim on your paycheck, that's what this number is for, right? Even if you've been at your job for a while, you can still call your HR department and
Yeah.
tell them you want to change your exemption to this amount, right? So you can get so you can maximize your check, your regular check, throughout the year, instead of maximizing your refund check. The goal is to break even. We don't want the government taking all of our we don't want the government taking all of our money. You know what I mean? We just don't want it. What if the government shut down, or what if they just do away with taxes altogether? You may or may not get that refund that you've been looking for. So that's super, super important.
And
And
it's
one
really, it's a lot of people need that extra money. Like it can put them in a different situation to have that money throughout the year. So if that's the case, let's make sure that we kind of get that going throughout the year so that it can put you in a different situation. Maybe it's something that additional that you would like to do throughout the year. You'll be able to do it because you'll have that money then.
Exactly, because it's like, okay, I know a lot of people, like I know holiday season is big for a lot of people, right? They need extra
Mhm.
money throughout holiday season, and I'm gonna have a podcast episode drop real soon on quick ways that you can save throughout the year to avoid being stressed out during holiday time, right? This is one way you can do it, right? What would an extra $50 to $100 every paycheck towards a savings account do for you? Ask yourself that question. If you go and file your exemptions correctly, maximize your take home pay each week or every other week, then you can put that extra $50, $100 off to the side into another savings account. And when Christmas time comes around, holiday season comes around, you can start shopping with money that you've accumulated throughout the year. This is just one quick little hack that you can do to maximize how much money that you have on a normal basis throughout the year, instead of waiting to that tax refund. Because at that, when you get that tax refund checks, a lot of us are inclined to go buy Gucci bags and go on a vacation, which is nothing is wrong with that. But if you can manage your money a little bit more effectively throughout the year, then at the beginning of the year, you had a whole accomplished year, instead of waiting to try to jam pack everything with one refund check. And one thing that I notice a lot from a lot of my buyers, right? I'm an entrepreneur myself, so is Gena. And we're not having anyone taking out taxes out of our check. We don't know what that means. We're just making money, right?
Right.
So one thing that a lot of my buyers run into when they get ready to purchase a home is they go to buy a home, they go to get pre-approved, and they realize that on their taxes, they've written off too much of their income. So on paper, it looks like they're not making anything. Why does this hurt? Is because the lender is not going to lend you any money for a new mortgage, because it seems like you don't make money. It seems like
Right.
every dollar that you get, you write it off. So Jenna, in your expert opinion, what are some of the safest ways for self-employed workers to manage their money throughout the year so they don't run into that problem?
Well, the first thing is, like you said, stop writing off everything. Now, guys, I don't want you to pay that max amount of money. There are things you need to write off, but I know the gurus tell you to write off your birthday party, go on vacation, write that off, all of those things. Yes, write off the expenses that actually happen that need to happen, but the main thing is planning ahead, right? So whether it's expense time, let's say you need three big things that you need to purchase for the business. Maybe if you purchase one December 30th, instead of purchasing it December 30th, purchase it in January. That counts as a whole new year. So instead
Yeah.
of three things, now you have two expensive things instead of those three. Also bonuses, like maybe look into bonuses deferred. And these things that I'm telling you are different strategies. You would have to plan ahead for that. But bonus deferred. If you're gonna pay bonuses December 31st, maybe just look into paying it. It's one day. It's not gonna kill them one day. January 1st, that counts towards the other income. And then also invoices. So reach out to people. If they're going to pay you the invoice January 1st, if you already built that report, that person, hey, is it possible I'll give you 10% off if you pay December? Right? So
Yes, it
you
is.
get that income coming in to where you can qualify for the home. But I think another thing that we need to talk about is also making sure that you have someone, if you're not doing it yourself, that's keeping your books together. Making sure you're hiring a professional for that. You can also use QuickBooks. Making sure you know what a profit and loss statement is. I had to prepare some for my clients who closed on their homes. They wanted their profit and loss as well as their balance sheet. They need to know that your books are in order before they give you this money for their home. So just making sure that you have all of that together and then planning ahead. One of the things I ask my clients are you looking to make a big purchase within the next few years? If you're looking to buy a home within 3 years, let me know. We need to start strategizing for that now. How much of a home you want to purchase? How much income do you need to bring in for that? Just planning ahead so that those things, when it comes time for that, you're not stressed out. Making sure that your profit and loss statement and your balance statement is already complete. So when they ask for it, only thing you have to do is send an email. You don't have to worry about somebody doing it for you or going in QuickBooks trying to figure out how to do it yourself. So that's the advice that I would give to a self-employed person. And then paying your estimated taxes. We always like to wait through to the end of the year to pay our taxes, but that's equivalent to going self exempt throughout the whole year for an employee. So making sure you're paying your taxes so that you don't have to come out with that amount, and then you don't have to guess. Then you can strategize accordingly.
Right. Yeah. So if I got any self-employed workers on the Money Talk Mondays podcast right now, reach out to Jenna for free. She can help you come up with exactly how much to put aside, right? I know how it is as an entrepreneur. Trust me. I know it gets busy. I know the paperwork thing is just something that some of us really don't want to do. And I understand that. So why not put that in the hands of a professional like Jenna who can set you up right? And even past buying a home, right? You might need that additional funding. You might run into a certain investor that wants to invest in your business, but he want to see your books first, right? Get that stuff in line, get plan, prepare, and a lot of things will come naturally for you if you do this way. You don't have to be the one doing everything, right? That is a very, very valid business expense to pay someone like Jenna to manage your books effectively so you won't run into any kind of financial hurt blocks. Hey, y'all, listen. Did y'all hear that advice that she just gave? Though this is the Money Talk Mondays podcast. We make the most advanced money concepts simplified. Thank you, Jennifer. That was dope. I didn't even realize that.
You're welcome.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, to end things off, about taxes, refund checks right now. Let's say I get this big old fat old $10,000, $15,000 refund check. I don't know what to do with it. In your expert opinion, what are some of the most smartest, most financially responsible things that you can do with a big refund check?
So the first thing is if you don't have an emergency fund, making sure you get one. Okay. So I always say 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses. But to start, right, that might seem out the ordinary, right? So just start putting $1,000. Just start with that $1,000 mark. And then from there, work your way to that 3 to 6 months of your income. Guys, the emergency fund is really, really useful. You don't want to have to something happen and you gotta scrap up how you're gonna do it. It's a blessing to have, honestly. So emergency fund will be the first thing. Credit repair. If Esau just told you, he just told you how you can pay $30 in 6 months, see results. So And that's not a lot. That's not even your whole refund check. So guys, pay the 6 months up front and just lock in. That's another thing. Obviously, if you're looking to purchase a home, making sure that you have that down payment on the side, and then any expenses that comes with purchasing a home. And then one thing that I say is that's probably not common is make sure you guys have life insurance. Make sure that you have life insurance on. Make sure that you and your family income is secure. If you was to ever leave this earth, you don't want your family to have to worry about what they gotta do, how they gonna bury you, things of that sort. And you don't have to get an extravagant life insurance policy. You can get a term. Life is not one size fit all, whatever you can afford, but making
Yes.
sure that you guys secure your family's income and make sure that if anything happens to you, God forbid, you good.
Yes. Indeed, indeed. I want to add to that. All awesome. Definitely one of the most important things, the first things everyone should do when they get that is to put that emergency fund to the side, right? Like she said, 3 to 6 months, right? You know what this could do for you if you got 3 to 6 months of your everyday, your monthly expenses in an account stored and stashed away just in case you lose a job, just in case any expense that come, you will already have this money stashed away to the side that can help you if you run into hard times. So that's number one for me. Number two, like she said, invest into your future, whether that's credit. If you have credit issues, invest into that, right? If you need to save more, invest into that, right? If you need to, if this business idea that you've been thinking about, invest in that, right? One thing, I was riding in an Uber with one of the Uber drivers one time. He told me one of the most clever things ever that he did a few years ago with one of his refund checks, right? So he told me, I think he got about 3 grand from a child tax credit from one of his kids, and his kids love Roblox, right? So he took a portion of that, right, put that money into stocks, in the Roblox stocks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Roblox is not going anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's for his kid, right? So it's not like, he took the money from his kid. He took the money that was probably for his kid with the child tax credit, put it into something that his kid probably don't know anything about, and watch what happens in 20 years when that child is old enough to realize, okay, what is money and what's going on with money.
Mm-hmm.
His dad can gift him, hey, I I put in $1,500 of stocks in Roblox when you was 3 years old. Now it's worth, I don't know, 300 grand, right?
Right.
Here, happy birthday. You know what I mean? So that's one thing you can do. Look at your kids and see what they're into and invest money into stock in that, right? Like she said, in real estate, right? Buying a property, whether that's your first home or investment property. If you got
Mm-hmm.
a $10,000 refund check, how do you think $5,000 will look for you towards that jump start as saving for a purchase of your new home, right? So those just a couple of quick things. Guys, just don't go spend it all on Gucci, spend it all on something that really has no futuristic value, right? It's nothing wrong with buying bags. I love nice things. I love fancy things. I love great dinners. I love all of that too. But let's put that towards the end, right? Let's take care of business first. And then if we have something left over, let's go splurge. Let's go on a vacation. Let's go do some things that's going to make us smile. I have no issues with that whatsoever. You have anything you want to add to just more ways to utilizing the refund check?
I think the main goal should be getting into a different situation. So anytime you think of a refund, think of what will put you into a different situation. I hear some people will go take it and go invest in vending machines or just thinking of something that can get you into a different situation. We all want to go to the next level. So whatever could get you to that next level, make sure that that comes to mind when you think of your refund.
So there you have it, folks. That's Gena James with Gen Wealth, y'all. Do me a favor, click her profile. I'm gonna leave that in the description. Click her profile and set up that free consultation, right? Stop just going to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt or whoever you go to for file your taxes. Talk to someone that actually cares. Talk to someone that's going to maximize your refund check. Talk to someone that's going to make a strategy and a plan for you for years on how you can increase your wealth, right? What's the name of her company? Gen Wealth. I'm sure that stands for generational wealth. I know it's a play on her
Yes,
name as
yes.
well, but generational wealth. It's not all about getting that tax refund this year. It's about getting that refund this year, maximizing it so you won't have to depend on a tax refund every year coming forward. Man, I appreciate you so much for joining today. I really, really do.
Thank you for having me.
Before we hop out, y'all, I always do a gratitude session with all of my guests, right? To just say something that you're grateful for. It can be anything, big or small, just whatever is on your heart that you're grateful for. What in your life are you grateful for today, Jenna?
Right now, just the independence to be able to be an active mom and wife and just still be able to provide what we need.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Just to be here, just to breathe, just to take a deep breath and just realize that God told me that I'm worthy of being alive today by giving me breath today, right? Every day I wake up in gratitude because if I'm breathing, I really have no control. When I go to sleep and I wake up, I really have no control over that. I'm just kind of surrendering to life and assuming that I'm going to get up the next day. And if I'm waking up the next day with breath in my body, God lets me know that I'm worthy and I deserve to be here yet another day. And I'm grateful for that. Jenna, how can the folks reach you? What's your Instagram handle? What's your phone number, email, anything you want the people to know?
They can always go to our website, which is www.genwealthfirm.com. And they can follow us on Instagram at _GenWealth. And then they can also follow us on Facebook at GenWealth Firm.
GenWealth. Y'all go get that free consultation. Go get a free estimate on what your tax refund can be. If you don't know how many exemptions you need to put on your taxes, call Jenna so she can take care of that. Y'all, I appreciate y'all joining. Do me a favor, go subscribe to the Money Talk Mondays podcast. It's on all platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. And while you're there, do me that great favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Right, it's D Saul. You can type in at Team D Saul. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on all of that. Y'all go, y'all go follow your boy. And if you need to know anything about credit, please support me by buying my new book, How I Fix My Own Credit in 6 Months. It's a comprehensive credit repair guide, straightforward, teaching you all the ins and outs about credit, how to write dispute letters, how to build your credit, what's negative, all of that. $9.99. Support me in that cause. 10% of each copy sold, guys, go directly to my efforts of teaching financial literacy to all of the high school kids, y'all. I definitely would appreciate that support. Until the next time, peace, love, and major light to everyone's life. If you listen this far in the video, this is confirmation that right now is the right time for you to take a leap of faith in those dreams and goals that you've been praying for. Peace. Thank you, Jenna.
Bye. Thank you.
Boss beat, boy.